So how good is Georgia tight end target Oscar Delp? Well, listen, I've seen him play more than anyone in the industry. It's not even close. And I can tell you that he is the #1 tight end prospect in the entire country for the 2022 class. And I also think that he has a great chance of having a career playing on Sundays. That's how good I think he can be. I also have junior highlights from last season. So let's break it down right here. First off, if this video makes me sound biased, it's because I am a little bit. Like Oscar, I am a West Forsyth guy. I grew up in this area. I know the West Forsyth community very, very well. So I've been hearing about Oscar for years now. I've known how good he was coming up through middle school and his early days of high school. And I've been writing all about Oscar there, for this past year before he had any offers, still waiting on his first one. So if Oscar is a new prospect for you, then you're not on Dawg Post, and you need to be on Dawg Post because I've been telling everybody how good he is, and the highlights here back it up. As a player, 6'5", 225 pounds, played a lot of receiver really for West Forsyth last year because of his size, ball skills, and overall athleticism. He's one of the best lacrosse players in the state, and he proved it just, again, showing his size and his ball skills. He can go up and snatch the football. But what impresses me the most is his ability to run routes. I can't remember the last time I've seen someone 6'5", 220 plus running routes like him. He knows how to get open. He can make a defender get tangled up. He's got great footwork, and he can get open on a consistent basis. He doesn't just use his body and his frame to shield defenders and make a play just because he's bigger. He can get open on his own, and he can make a tough catch when he needs to. He can go up and high point the football. I've seen him make a lot of plays, a lot of catches at the ground where I thought the ball kind of bounced up into his arms. No, he went down and snagged it. But another thing that really impressed me was the clutch factor. When West needed a third down, they went to Oscar, and everyone knew it. When it was 3rd and goal with the game on the line, everyone knew it was going to Oscar, and he still made a play. And I've seen him enough to where I know he can play that villain role a little bit. Everyone in this area, the students of the opposing rival schools around here, they know all about Oscar and have for a while now. And so when he's out there, you get the Oscar Delp chance. Every time he does something good or bad, he hears about it from the opponents. And he kind of revels in it. He enjoys it. He knows that all eyes are on him. And he has no problem making a play when he needs to. Against South Forsyth, when West was at the full strength, the only game last year where they were at full strength, Oscar had a big long touchdown. You've probably seen it by now. That was in the second half of the game to get South back into it. He had another touchdown. I think it was the first clip you saw in these highlights. That was a touchdown in overtime. And he also had a 2-point conversion right after that, which led them to a victory. So in the biggest moments, the biggest plays, Oscar Delp is the guy coming down with the football. Like I said earlier, he had 0 offers this time last year, 0 in the summer. I believe Michigan was his first offer right before the season, right around the start of the season last year. And he's got family ties to Michigan. So as it relates to his recruitment, I thought there was a small part of him who almost committed on the spot. He was told by friends and family, everyone, to kind of sit back and wait because more offers were coming soon after Georgia offered. And of course, when Georgia offers, you're going to get offers from everywhere else in the country too. Since then, Alabama's jumped on board, Stanford's jumped on board, Clemson, Florida, Oklahoma, everyone has made him a top target now. So he basically has all the offers. He came out with a top 12 not too long ago. I believe there's about 5 or 6 teams firmly in the race here, and it's going to be a big race. Georgia has made him a top priority, and I know that for a fact. I know Todd Hartley has only really recruited 1 tight end a lot really in this class, and it is Oscar. And I reached out to the Georgia staff when Eric Gilbert hit the transfer portal, and I was reaching out saying, hey, what's the deal with Eric? Y'all looking for more tight end help? What's the latest? And all I was told was, hey, we're only focused on 2022. Oscar Delp, that's our only tight end target, and clearly the #1 tight end on our board. So he's Georgia's top guy. He's Florida's top guy. Tim Brewster, we know what he's done at Florida, pumping out tight ends. Kyle Pitts might be a top 10 pick. Oscar is very interested in Florida and Tim Brewster. He has family connections to South Carolina, family connections to Clemson. They're both in the mix, and of course, family connections to Michigan instead. Also, And there's a reason why he's a top target as well. You've seen the highlights by now. Not only is he great in the passing game, he's got excellent hands, but he's a great blocker as well. He can hold down or hold his own against bigger defensive ends. You've probably seen it by now. I think there's a couple clips in here where he is just putting guys on their behind. And there's plenty more that didn't make this video, but I've seen Oscar play about 4 or 5 times, seen him at multiple camps, multiple 7-on-7s. I've known about him for a while. I know what he can do on the field. He's more than a pass catcher. He is your ideal tight end in a college scheme right now. He's a mismatch for linebackers. He's too big and fast. He can create separation easily against linebackers. And if you want to flex him out, put him out the end on an island with a smaller defensive back, he knows how to high point the football and make a play there as well over a smaller defender. So it's easy to see everything, or his entire skill set. And yes, if you put lacrosse pads on him, he's going to dominate that as well. He's so tough to bring down. He's physical. He's got great lower body strength. He's tough to bring down just by hitting him in the legs. You have to, form tackle this guy if you're going to tackle him by yourself. More often than not, it takes 2 or 3 guys to bring him down. You can't teach 6'5", 225. You just can't. He's got it, and he's also learned how to run routes and play the position. He's lean, he's athletic, he still has room to put on more muscle and more weight, so he could play above 230 if he wanted to, and probably will down the road. As long as he keeps that athleticism, though, I do think that he has a career playing football professionally. I think everything lines up. He does check all the boxes. He's the #1 tight end prospect in the country, and usually that translates to some type of career at the next level. But I think he has all the makings of an NFL tight end. Stanford doesn't offer tight ends if they don't think they could play in the league one day. We've seen what Todd Hartley and Georgia's doing. Todd Hartley went to Las Vegas 2 years ago to get the guy he wanted. Last year he went to Napa, California to get the guy that he wanted. So Oscar is not a Georgia target because he's an in-state kid. He's a Georgia target because he's the best in the country. Todd Hartley and Georgia go after the very best. Darnell Washington was a 5-star. Brock Bowers was a 4-star. Top 100 kid in the country, and Oscar is going to be ranked very similar. I have him as the #6 overall prospect in the state of Georgia, and I think he's a top 100 kid. So the reason he's a big target is because he is outstanding, and he does everything well from the tight end position. He's basically a big receiver who knows how to block and play physical, but runs a great route as well. So definitely a guy to keep an eye on. Again, if you've been on Dawg Post, you know all about Oscar, what he can bring to the table, and where Georgia stands in his recruitment. And I still think they are in a very, very good spot. Georgia, Florida, Clemson, South Carolina, Southern Cal, Miami. Those are teams that I think are in a really good spot for Oscar Delp right now. As far as a decision, I do think he wants to go out and take visits once they are allowed to happen in June or July. I do think he wants to go out and see Southern Cal and Miami and a few schools like that. But I do think the Georgia Bulldogs are firmly in the race thanks to Todd Hartley. And I think that, they're in a really, really good spot. For more, go on the Dawg Post, and I will answer all your Oscar Delp questions and other recruiting questions over there. Thanks for watching this video, guys. As always, stay tuned to the next video coming up right now, and I will see you over on the website.